CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop. CHICKEN.
Guys, the Chicken is here, bringing you another Beach video. In today's video, guys, we have the Season 15 Tech Tree Guide for you. We're going to break everything down. Guys, if you do find these videos helpful, make sure you use the code CHICKEN in the shop and just subscribe to the channel for everything that is going to be Season 15, because it is got a lot going on. So, currently sitting at number 14, doing pretty well so far. I don't know where we are in the global. I guess we could check, probably pretty far down, but oh, let's take a peek here. We're on the global somewhere, I guess. We gotta go all the way down. And okay, if we win the next match, then we're on global, so it doesn't matter. But here we go. All right, so the Tech Tree Guide now. So here's basically what you want to do. So we want to start off and get bombers. Now there's a couple of things that are working really well right now. They're not going to work well later. So it depends on your starting keys. So if you finished really well, 23 plus last season, then you can skip some things and go ahead and get other things that are going to be better. If you finished like 22, 21 or below, it is going to be more helpful to get some defenses, but we'll talk about that in a sec. So specifically, here's generally the best path. So get bombardiers, get flares, get your flares to about rank 3. That's going to be fine. Max the landing crafts, gunboat, rank 2 or 3 at the start is more than enough. So then we want to get troop health, max that out. We want to get mines. Mines are the most important defense for both the metas that we're seeing, well, the offensive metas that we're seeing. So get your mines, max them out. Go straight to three engines. No need to mess around in 2. Get the building health, max that out. Get brick. Don't upgrade her just yet. We don't really need it. Then we come to a bit of a crossroads. So there's essentially a few choices we got to make here. So shock mines, the multi-node, troop damage, and then we have melon bombers versus warriors. This is basically where everyone's at day 1. Now warriors are the cream of the crop right now. If you have warriors early on, you're set. The problem is once we get to 4 years, warriors not going to be so helpful. So if you're intending on getting rocket launchers, I would get them, so it's not like you're wasting. It's not like you're wasting anything, because by the time you go to 4 years, you're probably going to have to go back, get heavies, and get melon bombers. So it's kind of a roundabout way of doing it, but I think it makes sense to get them if you can afford the keys for right now, because at 3 engines, warriors are hot, and they're going to do very well. That being said, a lot of people aren't really defending against warriors. They kind of have a similar base setup like I do right now. And warriors are simply able to just slide in through the back and kind of get around all the defenses. So that will change as more people start getting warriors. We're going to see more anti-warrior layouts. They're going to be more bomber friendly. Yeah, so that's essentially where we're at right now. Now, shock mines. Shock mines, the second best defense. Mine's the first best. Shock mines, the second best defense. I made a mistake in my stream of not getting them right away. Hurt me a little bit, but we were able to make some of the time back. Now, the other defenses that are key, mortars are very good. Mortars and boom cannons, because they're able to target bombardiers. So if you have the extra keys, you've already made your decision, up here. But at the same time, it's not worth spending keys on defense right now. If you can rush ahead, and if you can get the troop damage, get warriors, or get the heavies and the melon bombers and get ready for 4 engines, that's going to be your best bet. So either way, you're going to be taking the bottom path of the tech tree. That's going to be your bread and butter. We're not going up top. We're not getting grenadiers, medkits, riflemen, gunboat energy. That stuff's not going to help us, so stay away from the top. Stay towards the bottom, and then dip up into the middle and grab a couple things depending on your playstyle, your tech level, your rank, the chest that you started with, and everything like that. So my next plan, guys, is troop damage. I'll see if we have enough keys to get the warriors today. If I have to wait a day or 2 to get them, I'm probably not going to bother. But we'll see, man. We'll see where it goes. So now let's talk defense. So this is basically what we're seeing on defense everywhere. Now this is just purely an anti-bomber layout. Now let's take a look at one of these defenses. Let's take a look at this one because he was a bit slower. So essentially the idea is we have the mortars on the front to get instant damage on the bombardiers. Forces him to use GBE, and yeah, and then the rest of the mortars are just kind of spread out throughout the base. But look at this, we got some damage on the bombers, but more importantly, we slowed them down right off the start, right? We put some defenses in the way that they absolutely had to take care of. Then he's bringing in more bombers. And yeah, so the hardest thing about this base is just navigating the mines, because they essentially, if they want to approach the engine rooms, they're going to have to walk through all the shock mines and all the regular mines. I have some over here to deter them from going to the right. That's why they all kind of go into the center. And sure, it's not going to stop them, but it absolutely slows them down because they have to walk through basically every single shock mine. So I really like this base for that. You get a lot of value out of your mines, and it's just going to help slow them down. The other defenses, throwing in some boom cannons would be nice, but they're expensive, right? Comes with a cost. So let's take a look at the attack meta. So right now I have all bombardiers. I'm experimenting with a couple things. Now we have Brick as our hero, right? Now Brick has two important abilities. She has battle orders and she has iron will. So it depends on the base which one of these you're going to select. If it's a relatively easy free clear, wait, is this my base? No, it's not. It looks like my base. I don't have sniper towers. So if it's a relatively easy base, or if you see that, you know, you can make it through without too much difficulty, battle orders is going to be better, right? Because at the end of the day, every single attack is a base race that comes down to seconds. So you want to use battle orders simply for time. You can also use iron will. If you see there's a big minefield that you're going to struggle with, you can use iron will to kind of mitigate some of that damage. The same thing for mortars stacked on the front. Iron will is nice to have in those situations because we have no way of healing the bombers. We don't have medkits, so it's very important. You see right here, it's very important if we're able to simply use that iron will just to keep the health up a little bit, because if they take a mortar shell, I think if they run into a mine next, they're dead or almost dead. So yeah, it's definitely important for those kind of minefield type bases where you know, like going against my base, for example, where you know you're going to be, you know, walking through some mines. It's really nice to have that iron will. It's going to keep them alive a little bit longer, and yeah, so it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up, right? It's iron will or it's battle orders for right now. We don't have Kavan just yet. Now, when you're using warriors, basically, I'll show you guys how to use them. So, my base, for example. All you're doing is you're sliding the warriors into the back. You flare onto the engine room, flare to the next engine room, flare to the next engine room. Defenses are not strong enough right now to stop them. And typically people have their mines spread out like this, so they're able to sneak their way into the back. The problem with that is once people start only getting hit with warriors, it's very easy to defend against them because you simply move your mines around your engine room, and there's nothing to clear the mines with, so warriors have to walk through them. So I think warriors are like, I wouldn't recommend everyone to get them. I think if you had a ton of keys off the start, you can really rank up quickly with them. But other than that, I don't think they're the troop of choice for right now. It's just kind of one of the metas, but it works only in like specific instances. Because once we start getting hit with them a lot, they're going to be pretty easy to run away from or to defend against. So, yeah, let's get into one live attack, guys. And yeah, I hope that those tips help you out, how you get started, help you get on your feet. And yeah, all right, so this guy's got boom cannons. Now, there's no reason for me to go to the right here. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I got to throw brick out on this side. And let's see here. Okay. Got to do two things. Let's go iron will over here. And we'll go one more iron will. You see how much that helps against the mines, guys? It really is. It really is pretty powerful. Okay, so now we got those engines down. Let's go ahead and flare over here. Can we sneak a couple bombers in through those mines? It looks just like it. And boom, 318. So for bombers, it's a pretty good time. For warriors, you want to be 330, 335. For bombers, 312 plus is good. It, you know, it really does depend. But yeah, it doesn't look like he's going to fizzle, but it looks like Mr. Adam did not get the greatest time. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on here. But yeah, guys, I hope this video does help you out, get you going, and gives you a couple options to work with depending on how you finished on the last season. If you have more keys, you know, by all means go for warriors, but I don't think they're going to be that hot for that long. You know, day one, right out of the gates, if you can get them, push, 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 go, go, go. More power to you, but I don't think that's the answer for everybody. So I think something like this, the chickens approach, a little bit more standard, a little bit more generalized. for, guys to finish kind of along where I did. I think that's going to be the way to go. I want to watch Adam's replay here before we sign off, but yeah, so far it's been a good season. It's been interesting. It's been fun. A lot of variance to it, and a lot of different defensive layouts, which is interesting. So this guy tried to sneak up around the right side. You can do this with bombers. I've tried it a couple times. I've never been able to get a good time with it. So I mean, in theory, there's less defenses in the back, so it's kind of like a warrior rush, but with bombers. But in practice, I've never seen it work out. So yeah, guys, that's all I got for you today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. Don't forget to use the code CHICK in the shop. You're getting instant training for this season. I do appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel for everything that's Warships, and we'll see you next one, guys. Checking out. Back.